Again, it is my honor to present the award for the 2014 Betty Macintosh Award. I learned a lot from her. This individual who will receive the award, passion for and dedication to working with people with disability, hits very close to home. When her nephew was born with a disability, she knew she would always work in the field. Her dedication has led her to work in or volunteer with many agencies in several states and cities over a 30-plus year career. Following 12 years work at several private provider agencies, this person became a Medicaid compliance director for a county board. It's the job I think I might take up in my retirement. It sounds exciting. Medicaid compliance. And shortly thereafter, she became the Adult Services Director for the county board. The skills she gained early in her career in sales, marketing, and recruiting, as well as her passion for people with disabilities, served her well in the Adult Services Director role. Over the course of 9 years in the Adult Services position, she opened 2 sheltered workshops, introduced the concept of community employment, and developed multiple enclaves and mobile work crews with businesses throughout Greater Cincinnati. She was also an active board member of the Ohio Association of Adult Services. But now she's probably figured out that she's not giving an award, and yes, they fooled her too, and she thought she was giving an award to someone else, but she is receiving one. Her work with Clermont County Board of Developmental Disabilities was well respected by the board and other members of the community, and Sharon Woodrow was hired as superintendent in 2003. As superintendent, Sharon's visionary and competent professionalism has led the board through several challenging levy campaigns and progressive programmatic changes that have shifted the focus from direct services to contracted services. Well respected throughout Clermont County among a variety of people, Sharon has built many genuine connections with political, business, and community leaders. She's also been instrumental in establishing the Council of Governments in the counties of Butler, Clermont, Hamilton, and Warren. Her leadership of many community and state projects and initiatives have assisted Clermont County Board to attain many accolades. These include multiple 3-year CARF accreditations as well as successful DODD accreditation reviews. She's also a successful surveyor for CARF. Shortly after her appointment as superintendent, Sharon had the great privilege to be sentenced to representing county board superintendents on the infamous waiver reimbursement work group convened by the department. Because she had so much fun there, she later volunteered to serve on subsequent work groups, including the behavior rate add-on room and board. And seriously, Sharon has always committed herself fully to providing excellent representation for our members on these various work groups. She's also worked tirelessly at the state level to address many important issues related to our service delivery system. At the local level, a couple of years ago on Halloween, the children in the school-age program were trick-or-treating throughout one of the Clermont DD buildings. A fog machine was being used, which set off a smoke detector in the building. It was interesting watching Sharon have a chat with the fire chief in her Halloween shirt and witch's hat. And let's not forget the time Sharon was on her way to pick up CARF surveyors at their hotel on the first day of their survey at Clermont DD, when she closed her garage door on her hand, managed to lift the door, free her hand, got in the car and drove to a neighbor's house, rang the doorbell, and fainted in the neighbor's driveway. After a quick trip to the hospital, she made it back to the office and the CARF survey in the afternoon. Thanks to Dan Otke and Lisa Davis for helping me get all these little tidbits of information. Sharon is a lifelong resident of the state of Ohio. In fact, Montgomery County DD sits on part of her grandparents' old farm. Sharon and her husband have 2 sons and 2 daughters in their combined family, as well as several grandchildren. Sharon's husband, Woody, is attending the luncheon along with her son Andy, daughter-in-law Sean, grandson Christopher, granddaughter Katie. When she isn't busy with work, Sharon enjoys volunteering with her husband at their church as well as spending time with their family and close friends. Happily for Sharon, sadly for people with disabilities and their families and the many people she's worked with, Sharon is planning to retire in 2014. With a readily apparent and authentic dedication to people served and their families, there she is at the fair where I understand she causes a lot of problems. I got some good ones. I wanted to ask her about these glasses. They're interesting, Sharon, but you're a small, statured person. Those continue on there as well. These are extremely nice. At the fair again. And she is a Dancing with the Stars success story in Clermont County, so I hear. There she is. But again, with a readily apparent and authentic dedication to people served and their families and a long-standing career as a competent visionary, Sharon is an obvious choice as the 2004 recipient in honor of the legacy and leadership of Betty Macintosh. Sharon, please come forward.
Well, I have a lot of nice things to say about Alice. Oh my goodness, I'm still at Clermont County, so I'm thinking about firing everybody at the table. I don't know what to say. I can't even look at my family. So, but first of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for what we do together, what we have done together, for including me in your fraternity all these years, and for keeping on with the job and the mission at hand. I think Rick said it well yesterday when he said, I'm rarely speechless. And I'm rarely speechless. And the fun thing, I guess I'm going to remember this now, because coming to me, is last year I was sitting next to Kim, who was so sure he knew who the recipient was, and I think it was so much fun to see his face. And then it happened to me, so that'll teach me. So anyway, I'm not going to bother any of the rest of you for lunch. I am overwhelmed and so humbled, and I'll miss you all. Thank you very much.